What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to break down for you some pulling technique videos from one of the top pullers in the game that I have ever seen, Christian Foster. There's some really good footage of him in some big game moments in the men's division that I think do a really good job of showing you a little bit about how you can maximize your pulling technique, distance, and skills by watching Christian Foster throw. He's probably the best puller that I've ever seen in my playing days. He certainly has worked very hard at it, and I'm going to show you some clips in big game situations from the 2016 National Championships where he played on Ironside, where we were actually teammates, and we won the championship that year. And a big reason for that is because of Christian's pulls. So we're going to look into that and get a little bit deeper. So let's get into it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you one of Christian Foster's pulls. This is one of probably the best example of just his overall pulling style. And this is also a really nice pull in a big game situation. So this is the 2016 men's semifinal. I'm actually on his team this year. I'm actually on the field at this point, but this is the semifinal against Denver's Johnny Bravo. Denver came out to an early lead, and then we were slowly clawing back into the game. And a big reason was Christian's pulls were just absolutely incredible this game. They were incredible the whole weekend. I mean, his pulls alone probably got us a few breaks, even just in the quarterfinals, semis, and finals. And there's probably folks out there that have done the actual statistics and kind of rewatched and been able to analyze that a bit deeper. That's for another video. But Christian's pulls this whole weekend were just incredible. And so you're going to get a taste of how well his pulling ability, certainly this championship, but really throughout his career, has been, and he's really exemplar of, I would say, one of the reasons and one of the best pulling styles, and certainly consistency was just a name for him too. That was just rather incredible. So we're going to just play this, but this is 5-5. You can see we're clawing back into the game, and I'm just going to play this. You're going to get a quick idea of, watch this torque that he gets, does that spin, the disc goes completely off screen, and just watch Jimmy. Jimmy right here, just real quick, you see him kind of glancing up on the screen, and he basically is like, ooh, that is a high pull. We can't go too deep. So that pull stays up there almost 10 seconds, which is just incredible. And as you can see, the defense was able to get down. It stayed in bounds, and he's about 12, 15 yards outside the end zone, has to call timeout at probably around stall 7 or so, which is literally, I mean, the announcers, you don't hear it, but the announcers literally are saying, I don't think I've ever seen that before. And so it was just like absolutely incredible to see what that was able to do. And this is huge for a defense to be able to do that. So first of all, that rarely happens. And the amount of time that spent in the air, as you'll get another look at, was about 10 seconds. And I would say the average pull in the air is probably around 4 to 7 seconds, sometimes less, depending on it, sometimes a little bit more, but 10 seconds is just an outlier, but in a very good way. Because in this situation, first of all, you're going to see his torque just incredible. You kind of see that you missed the beginning, but you can see him release it almost at a 45-degree angle, and it's going to go completely off screen here. But if you want to time it, I'm going to play this through. The cameraman zooms out, can't find the Frisbee, and he releases it inside out. It turns outside in, and then you can see a double helix back there, back to the left to stay in bounds. That would have stayed in. But for those of you guys who are timing, it's about 10 seconds, and just incredible. And then, of course, they're going to have to call timeout here. But that is just an outstanding example of Christian Foster's pulls in a big game situation. So what's really interesting about his style is, first of all, not a lot of people do that because when you create that much torque, you're blind to the actual release. So you've really got to practice it a lot to be able to make that pull happen. And there's not a lot of people that can do that. And so what he's been able to do consistently at a high level is just unlike anything that I've seen. Okay, so we're going to look at another video here and show you some kind of slow-mos of Christian Foster pulling from a kind of behind him angle. And you're going to kind of see how he's able to get a ton of torque. And you're going to see him in some of these clips here that he does throw them at different angles. To be able to get the best and most torque is certainly inside out, but depending on the angle, you will want to release maybe a little bit flat, sometimes a little bit outside in. So it just kind of depends, but you're going to watch. Here's a slow-mo right here, and I'll just kind of walk. So he's got that right, left, right, left, right, and then right through. So I'm going to back this one up because that was a good one here, but he does that 5-step approach, right, left, right, left, right. He's kind of hopping, he's starting to get torque. He still can't see where he's throwing. He's trying to get a little bit of an idea of where he is right there, but look at his arm. It's fully straight behind his body, and you can see this is really good mechanics. And again, this is not easy to do when you don't practice. Anybody can do a spin and throw it far, but being able to throw it to where you need it to go on the field in the end zone and keep it in bounds is really, really difficult. It takes a lot of practice, and kudos to Christian Foster for being able to do this at an incredibly high skill level and success rate through many years of his great career playing Ultimate. But this is a nice picture right here so his hips are faced towards his left leg backwards. His left arm's high in the air because you're going to watch it kind of pull through. His right shoulder and is kind of like across his body, and that's allowing him to reach back farther as he's coming across, and then he's going to just pull that whole body through, pull his arm, his shoulder, his elbow, and the disc right through the center of his body to just get a ton of torque right here. But this is a nice picture of him just in slow. You see it kind of coming right through and then releasing with a lot of torque, and you can see it coming out at a steep 45-degree angle. And you can see his right leg, it's locked a little bit to try to get a little bit of extra power, kind of really focus on that upper body spinning, not at the lower body. And then you can just kind of see him come through with all that torque, almost like if you've ever played tennis before or seen like Nadal swing, he kind of like comes high all the way above his head. You saw Christian do a little bit of that right there. We'll kind of rewind a little bit there. And you can kind of see his like right arm kind of swirls around his head because he just got a ton of torque. So that's just a really nice example there. Here's another one. It's a little bit faster, so I'll try to slow it down. But he kind of just, you can see there's that right leg facing directly to the right, and then his left foot spins around almost like 270 degrees, and then it kind of shifts as he plants his right foot down forward, staying in front of the line, so he's not crossing it. See, he's got that left hand high again, and then comes through a little bit less inside out. He's on the left side of the field because he wants it to come back right. There's probably a little bit of wind coming from left to right. So that's another nice example right there. And then we'll take another look right here. Here's a nice slow-mo. So this is a nice slow-mo. We're going to watch this. You can see left, right. He's got it left, right, left, right. So he took 6-7 steps there. So, when you've done this enough times, you can kind of get your preparation, your walk up to be as many steps as you like and whatever you're comfortable with. But that's that minimum 5 steps so you can get that going. You see that right foot facing the line to the right. He's got both hands on the Frisbee so that he can get nice balance as he's spinning. That's not an easy thing to do because it's blind. And then you can see that left foot turned 270 degrees, and then that right foot, he's already locked his arm straight, coming right through. He's turned his right wrist in towards his elbow. You can see him kind of turning in a little bit, and he's just getting ready to just unleash a ton of torque right there. So we'll try to do this slowly. Look, he's already reaching back, even though he's not even facing the end zone. Now, this one I think is going to come a little bit outside in, which is why he's preparing it this way. But look at his left arm's high in the air, head down, shoulder all the way across his body, closer to his left knee than his right. And he's going to come through really quick. And you can see, yeah, he releases this one a little bit more flat, looking to get some outside in. The wind's probably coming left to right there. So, but again, a little bit of a straight leg on his right to kind of really help propel, keep the lower body flat, keep the lower body stable, and really unleash extra torque on the top part of the body. So that's another really nice clip that we saw right there. We're going to take a look at a few more. Here's a little bit, this is the same one in a little bit faster motion. You can see he's getting that outside in. And we're going to get another one here. So that was it. So just incredible mechanics from Christian. Again, we'll take a look at it one more time. Slow motion, right, left. See, 270 degrees, positions that left arm high, right shoulder coming across, and just an incredible display of consistency. So watch this video, take a look at these replays multiple times. This will help you, but if you just Google Christian Foster, I'll share the links in the video description below, but he has been, honestly, during my career, which, goodness, I played Frisbee for about 20 years now at a high level, at the highest levels all across the world, played against different countries, world championships, national championships, college championships. Christian Foster, in my eyes, is the best overall puller that's played this game. And you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that has been as consistently high-performing in his pulls as Christian Foster. And it is probably one of the most underrated parts of this game is the ability to pull consistently high and far in the men's game. And I would venture to say any division, but men's for sure, because it's just something that's like, oh, hey, I can throw it far, like I can do that. And a lot of times you see it pulled out of bounds, and then they get the disc at the brick, and unfortunately, it's just not something that people practice that much, because that's not what gets people on the field. But look, if you guys are at home watching this, you want to become a better puller, Christian Foster was an excellent defender. I mean, I would say one of the best, did a great job when we played against each other. Certainly as a teammate, I was glad to have him on my team. But not every team that he played on, he was pulling. He didn't get on the field because of his pulls. Certainly his defensive ability was excellent, but it just adds so much extra value to a defense and makes everybody else around you better if you can pull consistently deep into the end zone and have hang time. Because when an offense, there's nothing worse as an offense to catch the pull and immediately have defenders all over you swarming. It is so much better when you catch a pull and you center it to the center handler without a mark, and you can kind of just jog up and you get a free first pass. I mean, that is staple even at the top men's game that happens in national championship games today, because the pulling is not where really it should be. So if you're a young player or you're playing competitively today in any division, and you've got the skills to get on the field, you're a good defender, work on your pulls. This will help your team win. And if there's anything as a young player you want to do is not only improve your game, but what are the ways that I can help my teammates around me? And this is a great way to do it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you can use that to help you improve your pulling technique and skill so you can help your game and be able to get on the field and contribute. So if you got any comments or thoughts, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Love hearing your feedback. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.